Having fraud mechanics in place, especially when your game has some online currency type things for stolen credit cards, that's good. The fact that their account got flagged wasn't bad. The fact that they're basically a Moto power user and it took them a day and a half to get their account unflagged, that was stupid and bad. That took far too long. All right, what is this hand doing? This hand's pretty slow, right? It doesn't have any disruption either. I feel like this is a mulligan. I'm by no means a Turbo Depths expert, but I feel like when does this combo? When does this combo? It doesn't combo till like turn 4, and then it doesn't kill them till 5, right? So I play this on 1, I crack this on 2. I guess we combo on 3, kill them on 4. That's not fast enough on the play, right? This is a turn 4 kill. Like, if I know my opponent's playing something fair, I think we definitely keep this. But like, we don't know that they're playing something fair, right? That's too slow for modern? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to mulligan this at 7 in the dark. I think if I knew my opponent was playing a fair deck, I would keep that. But against a potentially unfair deck, I don't want to do that. This hand seems okay. Not exciting, but fine. This kills on 3 potentially, right? Yeah, that lets me combo on 2, which is great. So we go Bayou on 1 here, and then our turn 2 is going to be float black, pitch Spirit Guide, crop rotate for another black land, and then Hexmage or Dark Depths. Yeah, this kills on 3, which I think is fine. Oh, I could also just crop rot for Urborg. No, I don't want to crop rot for Urborg because I need to draw this. I need to draw this, chat. That actually worked out pretty well for me, right? Oh, this is the Eureka Tell player. This is the Eureka Tell player. J Mella with the $93 donation. Okay. Okay, I guess Miracles is getting jumped tonight. That says, let's get Tin Fin Depths going, jump line. Well, Tin Fin Depths will be our 3rd deck this evening. Depending on the viewer count, we've got an okay amount of people here. If we maintain 800 plus viewers, I might do a 4th league tonight. We'll see. Corvoxum. At any rate, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime sub. I do appreciate that. Welcome. And there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. And I appreciate the very generous donation there, J Mella. So the next league we will be I'm playing this forest out here first because they play Spell Pierce most likely. I wonder if they have like a Brainstorm or something to protect it here potentially. Modal, thank you very much for the 4-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Quarter of a year. I just take Ponder here. I think I just take Ponder here, right? Their hand just doesn't do anything. I feel like I can play through another Force of Will. Ran into a couple of videos on YouTube. You playing Black Red Reanimator? Yeah, Black Red Reanimator is great. That's definitely like the best all-in deck in this format. It's not particularly close. They forced that. Okay, right, because they hit something with Brainstorm last turn, right? So it makes sense they want to protect whatever they hit with Brainstorm. We could get comboed this turn, right? Like if they hit both combo pieces. Shit, did they hide Show and Tell plus Scary Thing? They hit Show and Tell plus Scary Thing. I think we're dead, chat. I think we're dead. At least it was symmetrical. All the fair and balanced things in life are symmetrical, right? We actually don't have a lot of good tools here, do we? All of our discards in the main deck. It's a matchup I don't need Sylvan Safekeeper for. And now, so earlier I declined bringing in Pithing Needle in this matchup with the other deck, but this deck can actually beat a 7/7 flyer, right? So like stopping Gristlebrand from drawing cards in this deck is meaningful because we can kill them through that. And Anomic, thank you very much for the 2-month resubscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. I split my time probably pretty evenly watching Twitch stuff and watching Netflix when I'm not streaming. I'm looking for something to watch. Is Grip really good enough? I'm not sure that Grip is actually good enough here. I feel like it's a little bit narrow, like, because my opponent gets priority back. I don't have a way to get priority after they put the Omni into play. So, like, unless they're on the cantrip plan, they're going to get to slam their thing. And, like, whatever their thing is probably enough to win the game. I guess I can, like, Grip. I have a Bog in my deck still. Yeah, that definitely shouldn't be in my deck. Thank you. What do I watch on Netflix? Bunch of different stuff. What am I watching right now? I think it's called The 100. I like a lot of the post-apocalyptic world type stuff. Fantasy, different fantasy things too. Gofus 56. Thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. There's a lot of people you could support on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting my stuff this month. This hand is good at punching their hand. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Gonna use this surgical extraction because my opponent's got magic cards in their hand. That one right there. That one. Daddy chooses that one. Oh, get rid of that one and that one. And these two. Do I watch the 3%? Yeah, I watched the first season. My wife and I started the second season together and I couldn't really get into it. We'll see. Maybe it picks up. I think we watched like 2 or 3 episodes. All right, so they have Misty Gristlebrand here. We have Pithing Needle and Duress. I think I'm going to hold the Needle to Show and Tell into play here. They went bottom. I'm just going to cast this. Doesn't really get much better. Yeah, I'm watching the 3rd season now. The 3rd season's kind of medium. Shows taper off after a little while. Speaking of shows that kind of taper off, I wonder how long Supernatural is going to air for. Stiflen X, thank you for the 12-month resubscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for the year. Until one of them, until they stay dead. Yeah, I've watched a lot of the superhero stuff from the WB or whatever it's called now, the CW. Is it called the CW now? We have a new acronym, right? We have a new acronym. Was that one not on Netflix, or was it a Scooby-Doo episode and not a Supernatural episode? Because I've definitely watched all 12 seasons. Was that a season 13 thing? I haven't watched the latest season because it's not on Netflix. Yeah, they just aired their 13th season. Taste it. Taste it. Is 13 on Netflix now? Honestly, I don't think it's on Netflix currently. Oh, I forgot to tell them to pick that up. Whatever. Yeah, I've watched most of The Flash, and I haven't watched all the last of the season of Arrow. I think Supergirl's actually my favorite of all of the CW superhero genres. Legends of Tomorrow's probably a close second. I think Supergirl's the best of them. It's network television. What do you want? They're medium because they are. All right. Am I surgically extracting show and tells here? Is season 13 on Netflix? That's good. My wife and I just finished watching the second season of 13 Reasons Why, so we need something else to pick back up, and we watched all 12 of Supernatural. I'm gonna take their show and tells away here. I haven't touched Gotham. I haven't touched Gotham. They drew Force of Will. Force pitching show and tell. Yep, deal. Hey, Boris the Wizard. Thanks for the brand new Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Did she have 13 more reasons? I mean, they made a second season for the same reason all TV shows get more seasons, because the first season made them money. So they concluded that more seasons could make them more money. So the needles seem great. This deck is very good. We've played this deck a few times in the past, and every time we've played it, it's felt very powerful. I watched the first season of Bojack. I don't know, all the adult cartoons, I just can't really get into some of them. I think I did this right now as a sub. Can you put this in the queue? Green, white, hardened scales with voltaic servant. I need a link to a list, Anonomic. And definitely can add that to the queue. If it's different, we actually already have green white scales in the queue, so if it's different than that one, I'm happy to add a second copy. But that is correct way to donate. They're very crude. They have some comedic moments, but a lot of them are very crude. Yeah, whisper me the list or DM me on Twitch or Twitter. Sorry, Discord or Twitter. Is there a wrong way to donate? It's a good question, Gaffy. All right. T-Rex Golf Clap with the brand new Twitch Prime sub. Thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. I can't keep this, right? They mulligan. I'm going to keep this. I think just the turn 3 kill is fine. Details on the Discord server here. Yeah. Twitch usernames are something else sometimes. Is this a Petal cantrip I kept a no-lander? Is this might be a Petal cantrip no-lander keep. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Pro tip, if you're playing a force deck, you should force this Brainstorm every time. Every single time. Force this Brainstorm that's just been cast. All right. All right, flex our legacy muscles. A true skill game that we play. While we wait for the second match in this league to pop, I just like to thank everyone for hanging out here tonight. My name is Jeff Logan. I stream, I meme full-time here on Twitch. Lots of magic. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing or check out some of our wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards or cash directly with other players. There's no haggling. They just take 1% fee off the top. Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HugoClothes. You can take 20% on your first order there. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anaronix, Justin, Nivik, and all of y'all. Thanks everyone for watching. Without all of you, there wouldn't be a reason to be here. If you can't catch all the wonderful leagues and legacy that we're going to play today, be sure to check out my YouTube channel later, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. 100% of my streams get archived there. Where's the fourth spot? I'm working on it, actually. I think I have someone lined up. I'm still testing. I'm actually testing a product right now to see if I like it, and it's something I want to advertise. Because while I am a shill, I have standards. Just let the record reflect that I have standards. I don't advertise things I can't validate myself as being good. No, we've got 2 sponsor pages. My goal, unlike some Magic streams, is that the focus should be on the Magic. So I want the advertisements to be short and concise, rather than having one giant advert. Glistener Elf. Well, that's something. All right. Crime in Stereo with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate it. We're kind of in a medium spot for sure here. We'll see what we draw for the turn. I think... Well, that's a Thespian stage. Okay, there's not a Maze of Ith in our deck, right? Nope, no Maze of Ith. That makes sense. I just wanted to double check. Sit down for a little bit. Enjoy the ride down, chat. Oh. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to lead on Urborg here, I think. I'm supposed to lead on Urborg here. Needle Wasteland. Yeah, that's true. We're playing Turbo Depths. For those of you that are newer to Legacy, the indication that we're playing Turbo Depths is a Sylvan Scrying here. Urborg also usually signifies Turbo Depths. We don't have a kill till... Oh, I guess I could have... I guess with Double Petal, I could have... Oh, I should have played this first, right? I fucked up. Yeah, because I have Double Petal. Yeah, I'm supposed to play stage. Because So this is something I do on stream on occasion, because I'm a big dumb stupid, is that I had the mental shortcut in my head that I wanted to play Urborg on 1 so I could play the Pithing Needle. And then my opponent, and then I drew Thespian stage for the turn. I didn't reassess with my muscle memory what I wanted to do based on the new card that I drew for the turn. That being said, with the crop rotation, we can still combo them, right? I can crop rotate this Urborg into another stage. Assuming we get that far. Kinda. I mean, like, this into this still plays around Wasteland. And that's not even about chat, right? That's just like me... That's just like me mentally short. I do that in tournaments occasionally too. Although I don't play that many tournaments anymore, so it's hard to do it too often. All right, well, we didn't die that turn. So that bodes well for us. Next weekend? You mean this weekend, Maddie? I agreed to play a tournament this weekend? God, who am I and where's Jeff? Nah, I think the odds of them drawing Spell Piercer are pretty small. It is a Portillo shirt, though they are not a sponsor of the stream. All right. Yep. And just to confirm, I've got nothing here, right? Yeah. So Decay is pretty good. Correct. I was going to make it 2020 there if our opponent didn't kill us. No, Sejiri Steppe is target creature you control. Sejiri Steppe is definitely you control. If it wasn't, that would be a good line, though. This is not a Safekeeper matchup. They're probably not interacting with my stuff. Maze of Ith would have been good, too. Maze of Ith. But decks like Infect just, like, aren't popular. So I think not having a Maze is probably fine. This isn't lands. We are not playing lands. We are playing Turbo Depths, which is a different deck than lands, for reference. So lands does play Glacial Chasm and things like Maze of Ith. Our deck is a more all-in combo deck. We're not trying to interact with our opponent or grind out with Punishing Fire and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe the Dryad Arbor was fine as a blocker there. Maybe that should come in. I don't know. It doesn't block 2/3 of their threats. It's a lot of threats. I could make a 20/20, but making a 20/20 doesn't kill my opponent. And they had 2 Glistener Elves, so we like block one and then they invigorate the other one and we die. This isn't good enough, I don't think. Even with that, I think on the play I just want to be more a more aggressive hand. This hand seems good. It's not super fast, but it's got a Thoughtseize and an Abrupt Decay. I've got 4 Pithing Needles in my deck, so I think a Krosan Grip is a little bit redundant. Well, hand just went from good to the nuts. Turn 1 disruption, turn 2 combo you. Yeah, I think on average our deck is faster than theirs. Nope. It is. We just talked about that. Literally just talked about that. I'm just gonna take Brainstorm here, right? You maybe argue that I should take Force. I think I like taking Brainstorm, though. Maybe I'm just supposed to take Force because we likely kill them before the Brainstorm matters. Yeah, Infect is often light on blue cards. That's definitely true. Sejiri should side out here. I feel like there's a world where we... What's the word I'm searching for? I feel like there's a world where... I'm doing this now because my opponent's deck plays Wasteland and crop rotation usually. Nexus is colorless, but like where my Merit Liege needs to block a Glistener Elf and then we Sejiri Steppe and make it not take minus counters. Maybe that's narrow though. Some good clean Magic the Gathering here. Yeah, stuff like that too could possibly have interaction. Sometimes they play Submerge and we're exposed to Submerge. So, Petehead, the problem is if they play Wasteland, they're not going to Wasteland us aggressively. They're going to wait till we go to target us. So, like, if they put Wasteland into play, I can no longer Hexmage because they'll never waste. They'll never waste. They'll run a sideboard Karakas. That's interesting. Okay, that's good to know. Something we could tag with Pithing Needle potentially. Matthew, I want you to know that at some point, I read your message. I didn't respond to it. I know. I'm a bad friend, Matthew. If you're still here, you're not cutting fucking True Name from your Grixis Delver list. You're playing 2 True Names. That's the minimum. That's the minimum. The minimum is 2. If you wanted to talk me into playing a 3rd out of the sideboard, I'd let you play a 3rd. You're not cutting the 2nd. Let me tell you about legacy cards that steal games of Magic. All right, here's open, Gurmag Angler's very cuttable. I don't think Gurmag is very good. I know that there's an entire subreddit that thinks Gurmag Angler is the biggest problem Legacy has right now, but I don't actually think it's very good. I totally forgot to update Stream Decker. It is not just you. Don't daze me, bro. Well, now I feel dumb. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 should have played a Petal. No, it's a real thing. I wish this was me being facetious. Nah, it's pretty unlikely that they can kill us through. That they can kill us through this Thoughtseize. I'm just taking this Blossoming Defense. I think so. We thought Gurmag is more oppressive than Treasure Cruise, right? Definitely the case. 10 out of 10 agree. More oppressive than Treasure Cruise. Yep. For a better 3-drop like File Smasher. That's fantastic. Because I never need double green, and I prefer not to get wastelanded. What event am I going to? There is a team-constructed 5K in Chicago next weekend on June 9th. It's a Nerd Rage gaming event. Matthew and I are going to be playing in it together. I'm pretty sure I'm playing Jeskai Ascendancy combo. Because Matt hates himself and loves me. Thanks for the plug. I got you, Maddie. I got you. Kill this in response. Oh, you know what? I should have. So this is a small sequencing mistake on my part. I should have let the Brainstorm resolve before I killed their Abrupt Decay, because letting it resolve lets them make their Brainstorm decision with less information. I was gonna say Matt with 2 T's. Who's that? That's not anybody I know. Blighted Agent, gross. So they have Pierce and then 2 cards I don't know. That's a piece of candy. We're gonna be dead before it matters, but it's a piece of candy for sure. Sounds good, Iron. I'll take a look after we're done tonight. Probably going to be a little bit. This is our second match with this deck. I'm going to play at least 1 or 2 more tonight. If we have good numbers, maybe we'll run late. Akathar, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. Welcome. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I bought JAC when Treasure Cruise is printed. If you don't get the cards, I'll overnight FedEx. I appreciate the offer, Langler. I've already secured a copy of the terrible deck to play, though. I do appreciate the offer, though. Am I dead? God, Brainstorm's a fucked up Magic card. That's so weird. The deck that gets to play Brainstorm is more consistent than ours. That's so strange. That's so strange. What a weird universe we are living in. And the Brainstorm deck is more consistent than ours. I mean, this deck is consistent from a redundancy standpoint. It's got, like, it's a 1-2 card combo deck that has lots of copies of its 1 and 2 cards. And, like, we had our combo there. It's just like, you know, when you hit some disruption, you flood out a little bit sometimes. I think my opponent might be onto something with this Brainstorm card. Seems like it might be okay. Seems like it could be decent. Is Infect a good deck in Modern right now? We streamed it very recently. You should watch the league on YouTube and decide for yourself. YouTube.com/Jeff Hoagland. Dude, the fucking unmute button on this microphone. Yeah, sorry, I'm eating some nuts. So I think this hand is fine. I think we can Duress on 1 and then like Bog Crop Rotate on 2. The stupid mic, you can push the actual button in on it. It doesn't actually unmute sometimes. Basic Mountain. Well, that's interesting. I guess I take this because I can bog it away in a second. Knights with the $5 donation. Jeff, Brainstorm is unplayable and Brainstorm is unplayable. Modern has a card that lets you brainstorm every turn and it's awful. That opponent just got lucky. No, I'm okay not getting a Blue Yeti sponsor. We'll survive. Ugh. So this is actually okay for us, right? So they did that. Oh, they have 1 therapy left. So I play the Bog here. And then, could I combo right now? Oh, did I have enough? If I play this, I grow crop rotate, thing. Yep, definitely could have. Definitely could have. That's fine. Teferi's fine in Modern. To set the bar exceedingly low, Teferi's better than Jace, the Mind Sculptor in Modern. They have Lingering Souls, think could go bad for us. This also gives them a chance to draw a Wasteland or two. Iron, since you missed it, I didn't take the good play because I didn't see it. I didn't count that up. The reason why I took the line, I didn't take the lethal line that had no counterplay from the opponent, was because I fucked up. Oh, I have Sejiri Steppe for souls not mattering, right? Yeah, that's true. And I can't mess with this, which is nice because it's a land. I think based on their 3-color mana base and not seeing a Deathrite Shaman yet, I probably want to play around Liliana more than I want to play around Wasteland. Yeah, that's for people that are new. The chat's an advantage. That's a meme here. Like there are people on the internet that like to say streamers have a competitive advantage because of the chat, and those are people that by and large haven't streamed. Just like the level of distractions you have, just because the number of things you're doing while streaming are high. What are my thoughts on the Grand Prix? I assume you mean the Pro Tour. Wizards created what appears to be another narrow standard format. I don't know what the takeaway is from the Pro Tour. Without chat, how would you know when to board in the surgicals? That's true. That's very true. Here's the thing to think about with regards to the Pro Tour. I want you to keep in mind that when Wizards of the Coast designed the current standard format, Mono Red had access to Ramanap runes. Let that settle in for a second. Think about that while you digest those results. Did I cut Pithing Needle here? I think I cut Pithing Needle here, right? I think I bring in the Dryad Arbor as Diabolic Edict / Lily on the Veil protection. I don't think this is a Rite of Consumption matchup. I guess they could have Swords to Plowshares, but it feels kind of unlikely. I don't know, I think it's tough. I think without seeing Deathrite Shaman or actually seeing a Wasteland, I could just, like, not plan for Wasteland, especially when I'm up a game. I don't know. I don't really work inside of Wizards of the Coast, so I can't really say what their problems are. This hand's a little medium, right? No. Wizards of the Coast almost certainly doesn't pay people enough money for me to work for them, especially not in Seattle. Like, in order for me to take a job somewhere else, not only would they have to replace the income that I make streaming, but they have to replace the income that my wife makes where she is. Standard was really good when Khans was legal. Standard was really good during the original Innistrad format. Original Innistrad block, $10 donation there from Iron Guthix. Legacy Cards, I will send a list. I am going to remind you that I reserve the right to refuse Legacy Cards. It's probably fine if it's a Cloud Post deck. Pretty sure this is a mulligan, just doesn't do enough. 1,800 a month for that's more than my mortgage. And my house is 2,400 square feet on a very large lot. This is just turn one Sylvan Library, right? Just 10 out of 10. I feel like I don't fast combo in this matchup post board. Maybe this is too defensive. I don't know. I feel like there's a good chance they can't take this card off the table. All right. I stand corrected. There is apparently an okay chance they can take that off the table. To be fair, I said I feel like there's a good chance they can't take it off the table. Well, that's an exceedingly rude Magic card opponent. Just nip that one right in the bud, shall we? We're not going to play this map out because we know they have a Mulligan's command. So if we get to a game 3, I'm going to board in these Abrupt Decays. I've lived in this. Well, the suburbs aren't Seattle. That's like as someone who's lived in the Chicago suburbs, like saying Chicago's not expensive because you can live in the suburbs. That's like pretty disingenuous. It's expensive to live in Chicago. It is. Chicago is expensive to live in. This isn't the first few weeks of the format, Drew. We're what, 6 weeks into this format? We're pretty far into the standard format, right? This Pro Tour was like exceptionally far back into the set release, right? Dominaria released a while ago, I feel like, at this point. So, like, you know, this is mono red's always good early. I feel like that's kind of silly to say because we're pretty far into this format at this point. It's not like the pros didn't have time to test. Because my opponent likely has Liliana the Veil in their deck. So I think they're more likely to have Liliana the Veil than they are to have Wasteland, based on the cards that they've played so far. So I'm choosing to play around Liliana the Veil as opposed to choosing to play around Wasteland. I'm not going to play around Swords to Plowshares here. I'm pretty sure I just make them have it. Yeah, this is fine. They're dead. We make a 20/20, and then we untap and map for Sejiri Steppe. No, I took their Surgical Extraction away, so I think we wouldn't care about swords even if they left up white here. You're not playing this deck to not go for it. I think this deck is playable with shocks. I mean, sure, most things are playable. Is it as good as this? No, but it's probably mostly fine. I'd recommend getting one Bayou if you can, just because, like, there's going to be situations where you can't afford to shock and you can't afford to fetch a land tapped, but, like, all 3 Bayous replacing some with Overgrown Tombs is probably fine. Yep, yeah, that's true. That too. Pick white here. Yay! All right, let's play. How much RAM is Moto using game? Almost 2 GBs. We'll give it one more. Give it one more match here. One more match before we give it a re-kick. I didn't know that. That land's modern legal, Gaffy. That one's modern legal. Did anybody... Has anybody done... Okay, I know Saffron Olive probably runs the numbers, right? How did the red decks do overall? Because, like, the Pro Tour top 8 is dictated by limited too a little bit. So, like, just because there were 7 red decks in the top 8 doesn't mean that red necessarily dominated everything overall. Went 9-0 with red. 35% Chain Whirler decks day 1. All right, that's a good conversion rate. All right. That's a good conversion rate. Chain Whirler is a good card. Pro Tour Basic Mountain. I'm not referring to Patrick Sullivan. God bless. So again, conversion rates are not strict because of the muddling on the limited data, which is why PT data is still skewed. Like, PTs we have the most information from, but you have to, like, factor out the limited information as well. So the problem with Sejiri Steppe and Knight of the Reliquary decks, by and large in Modern, Gaffy, is that by the time your Knight is active, that probably means they don't have removal. And if they don't have removal, by the time your Knight is active, you probably don't need it in the future. Conversion rates are comparing what percentage of deck started at and what it ended at. Is this the same person? Different person. So red-black reanimator maybe? Just like the third Faithless Looting Lingering Souls deck we played against tonight. Oh, this must be the same person we played earlier, right? Yeah, it's probably this person that we played earlier. Just gonna take their Collective Brutality here, right? Or some version of red aggro. Well, that's a heavy number. It's a heavy number. I'm gonna finish the back half of this pack of Pop-Tarts that my child started earlier. I just use whatever default artwork Moto imports. So name Liliana the Veil here. Oh, they actually have one Veil. They have 2 Hopes. Let's go on FCA. Needle. I'm going to name Deathrite Shaman with this. Regular size Jesse. Now that the rules have changed, let's put Grixis Vial Smasher back in the queue. Do you have a different deck list, Jesse? That deck list felt pretty medium, if I'm being honest. It felt really kind of clunky and not amazing. Like it felt like a bad version of the other decks in the format. I really don't like playing just strictly bad versions of other things. Thinking of bad decks, did you find any good Death Cloud decks? I can't find anything from 2018 at all. Yeah, there's some older ones I'm going to pick up. Reed Duke played with some Death Cloud decks back in the day. Punishing Fire, yep. Tron against Blue-White Control. You have Ulamog. They have 7 lands, and one is a Colonnade. You play Ulamog. Nah, just take them off their lands. Their deck's pretty mana hungry on average. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this. Oh, we're not taking Lingering Souls. I'm just going to hold on to that for now. Just in case they like draw a land and can call against me to make me discard a card. As far as I'm aware, the opponent's deck has never put up any results in any reasonable tournament. I think they know about this crop rotation too, so they're going to tag that with this. So we're just like hoping to draw depths naturally. I'm sure now that they drew this, we're going to draw a green source finally next turn. We're probably pretty dead at this point. Opponent gets to slam Bedlam Reveler this turn now. Take some info on the way out the door. We're pretty dead. You needled the Reveler, you wouldn't draw 3. Alright, so this is a Punishing Fire build, which I think means I don't need to play around Blood Moon. These needles are pretty mediocre though. So I'm gonna bring in 2 libraries and just an Abrupt Decay, just to like randomly kill a Pyromancer, I think. Probably want this Dryad Arbor in my deck, actually. Did Dryad Arbor make it? Dryad Arbor did make it. Seeing is not keepable. This is decent. Needs another mana producing source, but seems fine. Ding. Take Shaman or Inquisition here. It's probably just Dr. Shaman, right? Feel like just slowing them down and keeping their clock off the table is ideal. Does mean they get to pick at my hand a little bit, though. It's probably Inquisition. Inquisition's like basically protecting 2 cards, since that way they don't know what to name with the therapy the first time. Yeah, but like just killing them takes Shaman off the table. The best way to remove your opponent's problem permanent is to just kill them. Their problem permanent is no longer a problem if they don't have a health total anymore. I think I'm actually going to into the north here. Maybe that's silly. I run player removal. I guess they can flash this back now. They named Hexmage. That makes sense. They can flash this back and take one of these. They need another discard spell in their hand to really punish me. Probably supposed to scrying for stage there. With this line, if I draw Urborg or Thespian Sage, I can combo next turn, which is nice. You know, flashback this therapy and take one of my toys away. Almost certainly. They activated that proactively, so I assume that means they're throwing Dr. Shaman in the bin. Nope. Okay. Alright, so they have Last Hope and K Command. Oh, because Crop Rotate's free, right? Yeah, Crop Rotate is free. Yeah, so if I would have played the Swamp, I could have gone Crop Rot for this, then done this at their end of turn here. We'd have killed them this turn, though. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to matter. They have Souls to flashback here, but we have crop rotation to push through it with Sejiri Steppe. Am I going to stream tomorrow? Yeah, stream every Monday. Oh, I guess they can flashback. Yeah, they flashback to ball therapy here, huh? Huh. All right, so that means we need to draw a search effect. We're still gonna floop a pig into play. Yeah, the turn I played the Sylvan Scrying, I definitely could have played the Swamp because I drew it. And then the crop rotation would have made a 2020 last turn, and then we'd have killed them already. Nah, I don't think I really want to rotate for Bog. I'd rather just do this. Bog's technically lethal one turn sooner if we don't draw anything, but I think hoping to draw a search effect and kill them is fine. Loving the content. Glad to be part of the Hoogle Timeout-based democracy. Thanks for the 5-month resubscription, Pinky. Welcome back. Yeah, so, like, there's a risk to reward factor. I definitely messed up the 2 turns ago, but, like, last turn, I think not getting Bog is fine. There's a risk to reward factor there of, like, sure, my opponent I could keep them off of these spirits, then we'd kill them next turn. But 2 turns from now, I could have drawn a search spell to find the Sejiri Steppe. And because I had the 2020 in play, a search spell would have been lethal last turn. Sylvan Safekeeper keeps your guy insulated against removal. It's also a body you can put into play to insulate against edict effects. That's a good line, Chrono Servant. Yeah. Definitely could have put another stage in play here. And they're dead. Goblin Punk with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you for that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Welcome. All right. All right. Sorry, I was muted intentionally there. Is this a keep? Yeah, it's probably fine, right? It's like stage library on one. And you get discard spelled and be sad, but this is pretty good to reasonable. Oh. Sand's got a little depth to it, chat. What do you think? What do you think? Hands got some depth to it. Hope they don't cabal therapy me and name Dark Depths. Dear friendo, please don't therapy Dark Depths. Oh man, did they keep a one-lander? They did not. Rats. Survey says. Well, those are pretty poopy. Look at the value here. Faithless Looting, discard Punishing Fire, return my Punishing Fire to my hand. Opponent knows what's up. Double Diabolic Edict. Well. That does mean they'll probably not be playing the Bedlam Reveler, so they can hold that up, so that's nice. It's very nice. Very, very nice. What's going on, Pythrian? One of the things that's a little bit awkward about the Faithless Looting Punishing Fire engine is that they're kind of incentivized to like leave Punishing Fire in against a deck like ours, when Punishing Fire isn't particularly good against us by and large. No guts, no glory, chat. Never forget. Never forget. No gamble, no future. No gamble, no gamble, no future. Joke's on you, opponent. I don't have any spells. Pay 8 to never see those cards again. So the Punishing Fire actually beats our Dryad Arbor here, which is a little unfortunate. We need another discard spell to beat this Edict, right? We need another Duress or a Thoughtseize. I don't want to give my opponent the opportunity to play their Diabolic Edict, not only because of Surgical Extraction, but also because I would prefer that, what's the word I'm searching for? I would prefer that they don't play the Bedlam Reveler in their hand, because like once their Diabolic Edict's gone, they're going to slam the Bedlam Reveler. So I think it's much better just like take some looks and like wait for a discard spell here. So I'm going to take their Edict away here, which leaves them with Fire, Souls, Cabal Therapy. So I'll make a 20/20, and then there's a Sylvan Scrying, 2 cards down. You can give those ones permanent bans, Maddie. So even if they play Lingering Souls here, the Sylvan Scrying on top of our deck gets Sejiri Steppe and punches through. Cabal Therapy resolves. These are my lands. Lands confirmed, not spells. They need to have like drawn a 3rd Diabolic Edict here. These Dark Depths decks are so good against these fair mid-range decks. Yeah, again, for people that are commenting why I didn't just like set it up twice, is I think incentivizing them to not play their Bedlam Reveler is valuable to us. I actually stacked my Sylvan Library wrong last turn. I definitely should have put the Sylvan Scrying on top just in case they killed it this turn. So we had to draw the Scrying. Let's zoom this in so we don't get moto lagged out of the game. Need to restart Magic Online here after this match. Probably over 2 gigs of RAM by now. Survey says. Ew. Alright, sweet. We're 3-1 after a close loss to Infect. Thanks everyone for hanging out. There was a lot of great things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, but you're choosing to spend your time here with us. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are a big part of why I'm able to stream full-time like I do. I stream Magic 30+ hours a week here. If you're enjoying my content, also consider checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com. I'd love to help you turn some of your Magic cards into other cards or cash directly with other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. Mac Weldon provides premium men's clothing using code Jeff Hogan at bit.ly/Google Clothes. You can save 20% on your first order of premium shirts, shorts, socks, underwear, all sorts of fantastic stuff there. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anoronics, Justin, Nivik, and you. Thanks everyone for watching out there. I do appreciate it. There's a lot of things you can be doing on a Sunday night. Thanks for dropping by here. I'm gonna finish the last match in this league with this Turbo Depths deck, and then don't you fret, Dark Depths fans. After we finish this league, Jay Milla paid for Tin Fin Dark Depths to cut the line. It's a deck that I believe Matt Nass played at the Legacy Grand Prix in Seattle recently. So seems like it could be sweet. We take some Vampire Hexmages and we mix in some Gristlebrands and we you know, do it. It does sound like a Matt Nash special. You're not wrong. Everything's better with a little wine, Bolas Slave. Everything's better with a little wine. Oh, waiting for this to queue. Let's actually import that other deck list. Moto taking its good sweet time. This deck has a Living Wish sideboard? This deck's the nut. I am super excited to play this. This thing is sweet. Unburial Rites and Tomb package? Oh baby, this deck's fucking hot. This is a pile of Magic cards right here. Is that a Laboratory Maniac? Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Yeah, this is the updated one you just sent me. So for those that are new to Magic or Legacy explicitly, the Tin Fins refers to Gristlebrand Shallowgrave Storm deck. Which, this is obviously a Tin Fin Shallowgrave Storm deck. I like playing wacky combos, and we're 3-1 in this league, which means we've already cashed, which is great. With the crop rotate, this doesn't kill till 4, so I think this is a mulligan. You can't keep kill till 4s without disruption. I think that's just too slow. That's awesome. This is a turn 3 kill, right? I go Urborg on 1, Depths on 2, Swamp on 3, Spirit Guide Sack, Swamp. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep this. I think turn 3 is okay when we've mulliganed already. I want to be killing them on 3 usually. Usually you want to be killing them on 3. I think if you don't have any interaction. Scalding turn, basic island, could be Storm, Show and Tell, or Miracles are the three decks that fit basic island Ponder. Yeah, like honestly, even this hand's a little bit slow. Like this hand doesn't kill till 4. But at 6 I think we keep it. It could be something weird like High Tide, that's true. Just like Show and Tell. Ah, my Karakas is in the fucking sideboard, isn't it? Man, that's annoying. Oh, they already know what we're playing. Because this gives it away. Yeah, if we would have had a Karakas, I'd have rotated for Karakas in response there. Was sort of like to refer to as a good draw in the biz chat. That's what we sort of like to refer to as a good one. So we have a 20. They're going to draw 14 cards here is the issue. They're going to draw 14 cards, maybe even 21 cards after they attack us. And if in 14 cards they could find Red Source, Petal, Sneak Attack, Emrakul, we could maybe die. Or they could Show and Tell in Emrakul too. This is our Show and Tell and Sneak Attack. This is going to be Show and Tell and Sneak Attack. Play Red Source, Sneak Attack you. Put Emramama into play. Oh, Omniscience. Yep, that works too. 800's not too far above my average. Anything over 1,000 is a little out of the ordinary. I think my average concurrent viewers for Magic is somewhere about 750 these days. 650 to 700, somewhere between the 650 to 750 range. All right, so I'm not actually sure that this is a Sphere of Resistance matchup. It's probably fine. I definitely want this Karakas. I definitely don't want this Bojuka Bog. We don't need Sylvan Safekeeper. No, this is not a Rite of Consumption matchup. They, what's the word I'm searching for? This is for matches that can kill your thing. I think Grip is narrow. They might just be Omniscience, honestly. I guess the Gristlebrand kind of implies that they're on Sneak and Show. I kind of like Surgical Extraction, if I'm being honest. Just because when you pair Surgical with your discard spells, you can take away part of their combo. This hand... This is a turn 3 kill, right? We go turn 1, this. Yeah, I guess I'm keeping this. I think I can keep a turn 3 kill on the play. With no disruption. Do you think this matchup is bad? I haven't played this deck a ton. It seems like it would be okay. We have a fast combo kill and we have a bunch of discard. I don't think I would keep this hand on the draw, but I think on the play a turn 3 kill is fine. I'm like, obviously they have fast draws that could like beat this hand that we have right now, but I think this is worth keeping. Yeah, I think on the play turn 3 tacking is fine. That's actually great, because I have the Spirit Guide, so we can still combo them this turn. That was the best draw in our deck. Declan sounds like he's having a bad time upstairs. Poor kid. Both the kids are sick right now. You think you being sick is miserable, and then you have sick kids for the first time, and it's just like, oh, this is far worse. I would much rather I be sick than they be sick. Why should I have taken the petal? I want them to cast the Blood Moon. We're just gonna kill them this turn. It doesn't really matter, right? Because they're dead. By not taking the petal, I encourage them to use their mana this turn, so they can't like draw something like an Echoing Truth. Okay, so they're on Blood Moon. If they're on Blood Moon, do I want these Abrupt Decays? Okay, the Blood Moon makes me want the K Grip for sure. These Pithing Needles are a little bit medium. I feel like I want 2 to 3 ways to kill the Blood Moon, potentially. Maybe I just forego the needles. Sorry, that was muted intentionally. I was having a conversation with my wife. I think I'm going to board in 2 decays. A random login name. Thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate that. Maybe I just leave in some... I don't want to overboard on the Needle Lancers. Maybe the Surgicals aren't good enough because they're on Sneak and Show. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Let's do that. This isn't good enough. It's just... These are really medium against their... Honestly, I could see trimming some crop rotations in this matchup. Yeah, you didn't... It didn't have any message attached to it, random login name. If you wanted to send that for a specific deck, let me know. Yeah, the Surgicals are okay because of the hand disruption, but I feel like they just have enough things that it's just like not quite worth it. Fuck. Fuck. I think we're dead. I think there's a good chance we're dead. There's a good chance we're dead. Sounds good, random login will do. Needle drop and pray. Yeah, I should just play this and name Sneak Attack proactively. We just like happen to have both of the needles I left in my deck in my opening hand still. That's pretty lucky for us. So first one definitely named Sneak Attack. Well. I'm gonna hold this other one for now. Smoke if you got him. Smoke if you got him, chat. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is light 'em up. We're on fire. Light 'em up, up. Light 'em up, up. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That one. That one. I should have gotten a Bayou. Yeah, I guess they have Blood Moon. Gristlebrand. Should I have Thoughtseize there? I probably should have Thoughtseize there, huh? They're gonna draw fucking show and tell and like hit me hard. Should have Thoughtseize there. We definitely need all the sneak attack. That's not close. God, fuck me sideways. Punted. And again, like, so this is actually like a really good example of like something that makes TCGs really difficult to do. Really difficult to evaluate like how you're making changes and how you're progressing as a player. It's very easy to look at a game like this and just go like, my opponent got very lucky and they drew exactly the card they needed. Like it's very easy to do that. Chat, we're not beating them drawing 14 cards. I don't know what fantasy world you're living in. I'm just timing everybody out that thinks we could win. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just guess what? We're not going to die to the Gristlebrand. We're going to draw to the 14 cards that Gristlebrand draws. Was only 2/3 of their deck, right? Yeah, so again, it's easy to focus in situations on this, on like the fact that the opponent drew what they wanted, or drew exactly what they needed. But the reality of the situation is, if I would have cast the Thoughtseize, I wouldn't have allowed my opponent to be in a position to top deck what they needed. So when you're playing Magic and you want to get better at Magic, you really need to make sure you're focusing on like the things you could do differently as a player that could change the outcome of the game. Because if you like just dwell on like what your opponent did, you can't change that. You can only focus on the things that you can do. All right, what are we doing? So this is this is called Hex. I'm gonna call it Hex Fins. Tin Depths, Hex Fins. They have Omniscience in their deck, Solver. We died game one. We died game one to Omniscience. They pretty much all have Omniscience now. They pretty much all have Omniscience now. Yeah, but like once I made the mistake. No, it wasn't a conscious decision. It just wasn't something that I thought about. It wasn't a misclick either. I just like had it in my head that like this doesn't really matter. And then like as soon as I saw the Gristlebrand, I was like, oh, this matters, and I clicked the wrong one. No, there was no reason to not just play the right card. Other than I didn't think about it until I saw the card in their hand. I was like, oh, there is a reason to play the other one. There's a Necrotic Ooze in this deck. God, this deck is such fucking gasoline. It is. I don't know if this stream's going to be able to contain the amount of gasoline that is in this deck that we're about to play. This deck is fucking hot. This is just the most excellent. This deck is truly meme supreme, right? Might start a fire, yep. What's going on, Drax? Yeah, you are here just in time. This is definitely the sweetest deck we're gonna play tonight. This is a spice my ancestors invaded the known world for. That's great. All right, for those of you that are new to the stream, I just gotta place an order really quick here with MTGO Traders. They sponsor the stream and hook me up with cards we need to play sweet decks like this. So just gonna do a quick swap around here, and we'll be on our way. We restarted at the end of the last league, so we're good on Moto Memory. Restarted one match ago. Depth fins, yep. Yeah, Shallow Grave and Exude, like the gravestone in the board of this deck is kind of nuts because it protects you from Surgical and Deathrite Shaman, but still lets all of your bullshit work. It's kind of awesome. Petition to name this gas pedal. Tweet. I think I'm like obligated to stand up for this one. I think I'm obligated to stand up here. Nice, Rick. Congrats. Stand up. Oh, I should. Whoa.